So we'll just go around the whole thing and point out some things that need attention. The paint job they did in the UK, I guess is as good a place to start as any, is so. There's a few places like that where the paint's already started to, they didn't sand it very well. Definitely not the whole truck, but as you go around it, you'll see that in some of the corners they messed up. You can see here, that's the original red fire engine color. Little things, you know, they didn't paint it over these gaskets. The roof, it's going to be real hard to see, but it has a few runs in the paint. Then again, they painted over some of these gaskets. The doors should line up better than this. You can see it's a little lower, but the hinges can be adjusted. You can see here, this isn't lined up perfectly, but all the gaskets and stuff are new. Yeah, I think it would go through a car wash and stay dry. The original door skins we reused, but the doors themselves are new, so there's no rust, and you're welcome to go and look online at how much a new set of metal doors cost. Inside, this right hand drive, so it's not very clean, but you can see some of the original fire engine color under the bulkhead there, and this, you know, needs touching up. Some miscellaneous things here that couldn't tell you what they're for. Shifter boot, you know, little stuff like this. That's the transfer case. Shifter. Mileage today is 81,821. Back out. I painted the inside of the roof, but I guess this part of the headliner was missing, so they didn't fix it. The back seat. The floorboard was painted. And the front seats, like I said, they don't have a headrest on them, which is kind of cool, but this bar, I mean, if you had kids riding in the back, it might be kind of nice. They could hold on to it. I think that's its purpose. Seats come out. Battery box. It's not very clean, but it was all painted, and it's solid. There's no rust in there. It's on. Bottom of the seats. They didn't use stainless hardware on these hinges, and I think if you could clean them up, they'd probably be all right, but something you might want to consider switching out for stainless hardware. There's no, I didn't have it needs a thing here in the back. When they painted it, you know, they left all this stuff in, which, you know, it should have been ripped out, painted over, but I guess they thought that's what I wanted. There's a storage compartment under the seat right here. Let's see, would tilt forward. The doors, because they're not lined up so great, you gotta slam it get them to really shut. They taped these windows instead of removing them when they painted it. As you can see that. It's kind of typical for the UK, I guess. And then they painted the bed black. Quality of the paint's good. It's got a nice shine to it. This bed came from Follies. You've probably noticed from the thread that it had a big box on it originally. And then this is the same. I'm gonna struggle with the light here. This is a run in the paint here that's, you can't see it right now, but the paint here is, this is where I had the roof rack on actually. Yeah. Pedals. There's gotta be some sand in here, but alright, it's not very clean. This door seal is pretty solid. See, the door here is not. You gotta slam it a little harder. There's a bug right here in the paint. You may notice. I've somewhat grown attached to it, but I was annoyed when I first got here. .5 liter V8. These are SU carburetors here and here. I think they're the HIF4. No history on this water pump. It looks older, so it's something to consider. The alternator's worked great since it got here. I don't see any leaky valve covers or anything like that. Engine's been really dry. It could definitely use a good cleaning up. This is the heater box over here. If I'm not mistaken, you can remove it without taking that fender off, but if you need heat, you're going to want to replace it. This is looking at the back of the headlights. The back of the radiator, I don't see any. Looks pretty clean. There's the VIN number. A little bit of surface rust under the hood, and they should have sanded this, but they didn't. Here's a hammer so we can look at the frame. This, as you know, is where trucks are most prone to rust. it's really solid. We're not gonna. This is another spot. You can actually see the original paint under there. It's actually got some shine to it. This is a front controller. Shock towers. Solid. Floorboards. No rust. Same here. No rust. Solid. Solid. This is common. Big Salisbury axle. Everything in here could use a spray, but I didn't want to cover anything up. You can see the original chassis paint there? It's shiny. Exhaust out the back looks newer. Transfer case, it needs to be cleaned. Bottom of the battery boxes, clean. Goodness. All right. Let's see. Keys, neutral. This is the choke. The Edelbrocks have an electric choke, so you just pull it out and turn it to the right. That locks it. When it first starts up, here we go. Here the fuel pump comes on when you first turn the key, and then roll the window down. I usually leave the clutch in. I leave the choke on when I first start driving. Once it warms up, then it runs great without the choke. Whoops. It's pretty warm already. Just go for a little ride. Haven't ridden in a 130 compared to a 90. It's like driving a Cadillac. here that comes on. And I have no idea why. But when I press the brake pedal, it goes off. There's no brake fluid leaking or anything, but there must be a sensor that's not working right. Starting to warm up now. Fuel gauge works, temperature gauge works, gas light works, which is kind of strange. Now you can hear it. Alright, so just go. Definitely got more power than the 200 TDI that's in the white truck, but not quite as much as the 4 that's in an NAS truck. Let's go back to the more power than my old 94, the 3.9 in it. Temperature gauge is coming up. The what was it? The blinker. So the blinker is on now to the left, and it's on now to the right. For some reason, when the headlights are on, see, now I'm trying to go to the left, and it won't. Blinker won't stay on. Still works to the right. For some reason with the headlights on, there's a problem with the blinker to the left. That's it, man. Well, I hope that was helpful in making your decision. Very cool truck.